Our next speaker, Michael Cook, I've known for a long time, is a longtime Sebastopolian who's a computer consultant and has done lots of community work over the years. He is going to talk to us today about how to turn around a life West County style.
Thank you. Ooh, all right. So I'm going to tell you about a nonprofit that I discovered that arose here in West County. And it's designed to be a substitute for juvenile court. I hate talking about crime at all. I sort of avoid the whole subject, which it didn't happen, but sometimes it does. And when it does, there's a opportunity. Usually there's two ways to go: the lock 'em up philosophy, a punishment thing, or find an alternative. Now, I found my connection with this whole subject because I'm a parent, and I got one of those 3 a.m. calls that we all dread, saying my kid had been in an accident, hadn't been hurt, but he'd been taken to the sheriff's office. And as I drove over to pick him up, I had 1,000 thoughts going through my head. One of them was, I didn't want him breaking the law, and the other one was, I didn't want him going to jail either. Fortunately, in his case, he didn't end up going to jail, but all too often that is how we handle these things. But does punishment really work? Unfortunately, about 70% of the time when we lock up a kid, he'll come back and he'll be back within 2 years. So it's more like a revolving door. It's not really effective. We go to court, get a sentence, and we hope the punishment is so bad that he won't do anything like that again. But I don't know how that works for you, but I tend to rebel. Now, West County is a mindset to me, and it's all about being sustainable and creative alternatives. And some people in West County heard about a process called restorative justice, and it makes a lot of sense. They formed an agency called Restorative Resources to use that process in Sonoma County. It's all about transform conflict, repair harm, and build community. Like Leo said, community counts. They pull people together in a big circle. The offender, the person's harmed, the police, they're all there. And they talk. Everybody has a chance to talk and get past maybe this initial pain and get to the point where they say, all right, it happened, so now what? And it gets the offender to the point where he has a chance to say, how can I make amends? And that's really what we want, isn't it? We want people to understand what happened, the impact it had on you, and to take responsibility for doing something about it. And after a restorative conference, there's an action plan, and everybody gets a say in what's an acceptable plan. This is not like in court where most of the people are just spectators. This is a place where you have a say, and it satisfies. There was a case where a kid broke into a house and just really trashed the place. Smashed pictures, did a lot of damage. Got caught, was brought to a restorative conference, and come to find out the pictures that he smashed were pictures of their son who had been killed not long before. And he decided, he had an idea, and he went out on a mission and met with friends and family of their son, collected pictures, made copies of them, brought a lot of keepsakes back, and presented it to them. And they had a whole new picture of him. And he had a picture of himself as someone who had compassion. And it works. People who go through this process, less than 5% offend again, which is more than what the courts can say. It works in schools and homes and workplace, any place where there's harm been done and conflict has arisen. So if you're tired of hearing about all the crap that goes on in the world and you want to lift your spirits a little bit, take a little visit, restorativeresources.org, and read some more of these stories.